Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another deal reveal. And this might be the beginning of the end of the deal reveals. We haven't made the official decision yet, but we've been doing this, as you probably know, for over 4 years, over 200, I think we're over 100, 225 episodes now. And we may be at a point of automating the deal reveal, creating and launching the deal zone in the next month or so. I'm actually having an update tomorrow with the developers, and they said they're ahead of schedule. So we'll see what they say. Very, very exciting. So if you're here for the first time at the deal reveal, we are bringing you a conveyor belt of deals. Every week, we're bringing you a deal, sometimes two, sometimes three, sometimes 10, but usually it's one or two every single week. And well, once the deal zone is here, we won't need to show up here at Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern anymore because you will have a website and a platform to go shop your off-market inventory anytime, day and night. So we're really, really excited about that. We're not quite there yet, but it is coming. And so bittersweet, the end of the deal reveal, the beginning of the deal zone. So we're pretty excited. And so that's it. So conveyor belt of deals tonight, no exception. We are going to bring you one deal that you can take action on. It is actually a little bit different than what we normally do. Usually in these episodes, we're looking for cash flow. So we're typically looking for those properties around the $150,000 mark. Single family duplex are very, very common in the Midwest. That's usually what we have. Today, we're not going to have something like cash flows. No, no, no. We're going to have something that maybe you fix and flippers are going to be more interested in. So we are going to be talking about a flip. We're going to be talking about a higher end flip in the outskirts of Cleveland, Ohio. And so in just a few moments, we're going to start talking about that. I'm not sure if we're going to have a guest speaker this evening. So if you are in the room or if you log in, just say you're here and I'll bring you up. Otherwise, I will go ahead and do the deal reveal all by my lonesome. But before we begin, I'd like to say hello to those who maybe I haven't seen here before. Hey there. So we do have Trevor, we have Bolu, Brian, Charles. Oh, it's going by so quick, I'm losing it. David, nice to see you here. Francois and Frank. Galena, wonderful. George, Harry, Heather, Isabel, John, Les, Martin. Martin, we have a meeting on Monday. I'm looking forward to you. I did speak to the partners, and I think we'll have something that you'll be happy to hear about. Emmanuel, Paul, another Paul, Peter, Sylvie, Sylvie Moreau. It was nice to see you last night on the intro webinar as well. Tammy, Varun, and I apologize if I did miss you. So wonderful. And the chat is already blowing up. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, that's so awesome. I love it. I love it. You're awesome. I love it. Okay, great. So let's jump in. Unless Trevor, are you our guest speaker tonight? I'm not sure. So maybe like write to me if Trevor, you're the guest speaker, because I wasn't expecting a Trevor to be the guest speaker today. All right. So let's just start jumping in. I want to first and foremost inform you of this property. Back in December, I started talking about this property, negotiated this property, and I got confirmation between our last deal reveals that we are moving forward with this Millionaire Row Mansion property in Cleveland. We're very, very excited, and well, I think we're exciting too, but we're very, very excited for multiple reasons because this is a conversion from a mansion, which is, I guess, a single family home in downtown Cleveland, and we are going to convert it into a 19 unit with some tremendous cash flow. And the reason I'm bringing this up again is because, well, you're part of it. This is a community project. We had given the opportunity to our community members to join in on this project, and a handful of you did. And so we're really, really excited. Some of you on the call even are part of the project. So it's really, really awesome. And I wanted to share the good news that if everything checks out in about 45 days, we will be closing once all the financing is lined up. But we have agreement on price and terms, and we will be very transparent about this project. We're going to post the videos. You're going to be able to follow along this project. And it's just amazing to be able to touch a piece of a city's history like this one. All right, fantastic. So, yes, our guest speaker is here. It is not Trevor, although it's nice to see your hand up, Trevor. Let's get our guest speaker with the accesses. There we go. That's part one. So just accept that, and then we will be pretty much ready to go. Because this is our deal reveal for today. This is the high-end flip I was telling you about. We're gonna see if this is really a deal. We are gonna go to Chagrin Falls. All right, Chagrin Falls. And guest speaker, if you can, there you are. Fantastic. Did you? I need to promote you. I'm sorry. Why are you disappearing on me here? So Brian, not Brian, please hold tight. I'm promoting you so you can share your camera. So just accept that promotion and you should be good to go. Excellent. So we're going to Chagrin Falls. The address is right here on the screen, and you can buy this property, which is a flip property, for the low, low price of $375,000. What a deal, right? It's pretty crazy because to Canadian standards, that is still a low price. For Midwest standards, that is not a low price. But we're going to see that the comparables and are quite a bit higher than 375,000. So Brian, not Brian, can you come up here? You should be able to turn on your camera and get this deal reveal started.
Hello,
There he is, the man of the hour. Hey Tate, how we doing?
how y'all doing today? How's everybody doing?
It's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. So I gave them the prep for you here. So we're talking about a high-end flip. We don't do these often on the deal reveal, but tell me why you brought this to my attention for our community this week.
Well, I actually went in this property and looked at it myself last week, and I always try to look at things myself to make sure before I send it out to anybody else that I would present it to. And this looks really great. It's a highly sought after area. There's plenty of land. There's a creek all the way in the backyard. It's a septic tank that just actually been certified and passed inspection, so you don't have to worry about the septic tank. I don't know if anybody knows that in Ohio, you can have public water or there's a septic tank. So this one is a septic tank. And the property needs some TLC, but it's in decent shape. It's just very outdated. The main thing you're gonna have to do is there is boiler baseboard heat, but upstairs I think you will have to put you got to run. I would say to really make this really nice, you got to have central air because right now it doesn't. So I think that's going to be the main thing, running the ductwork for the central air in this. Other than that, it's just basically cosmetics. And it's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths down, and upstairs is like it really looked like it was like at some point a 2 family because it's got a room for it's like a kitchen up there and another full bath upstairs and 3 or 4 rooms, and then there's one room you go and it's another floor up there. So it's almost like 3 floors really. It's a huge property. It could really just be a 6 or 7 bedroom single. That's how big it is. And these properties in this area, as soon as they come on the market, they just fly off the shelf. It's in Chagrin Falls, very highly sought after area. The comps are anywhere from five. They say the comps are like six to 650. I'm going to say 575 to be conservative. Let's just say 550. But I think you probably need to put another maybe 60, 70 into the property. But I really think it would hit the 600 mark, but I'd always be conservative. I would say about 575.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, and just to add to that comment there, just to reemphasize, there are a couple comps like 3 comps above 600, but the majority of the comps are kind of in that 550 to 600 range. So that's where it's coming. If you do a high end flip, maybe if you put 100, if you put 125 in it, then you might be able to hit that 600, that 625. But if you're more on the conservative, say 60, 75-ish, then I think you're more in the median range of the market to hit probably around that 550, 575 ARV.
Oh yeah, for sure. So it's a pretty good spread there. Nice, like I said, nice area. Um, every house is like plenty of land. It's not like you're right next door to your neighbor. You can do whatever you want in this property, and nobody will hear you. If you're
Yeah.
if you're on the wild side a little bit there. Uh, but it is a slab. There is no basement. But like I said, it's huge. It's like almost was it 3,000 square feet or something like that, maybe a little
Oh,
more.
I forget exactly what how much square feet that was. Let me go pull it up real quick just because we're here. It is 3,248 square feet.
Like
Massive.
I said, it's huge. Attached garage, huge garage. Um, the garage is actually in the back of the house. It's that much land. You pull in through the driveway, you can come around to the back and get in the garage. Plenty of land. Um, yeah, you can grow food there. You can just have your own little paradise over here.
I love it. I love it. And I didn't actually Google Maps it, McKinley, but how far are we like from downtown Cleveland from Chagrin Falls? Approximately?
Approximately about, I would say 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. And Chagrin Falls, like McKinley said, a very highly sought after area. It's definitely one of those A areas, neighborhoods, if you will, or cities. So that's it. I mean, it's really funny because usually when we do these deal reveals, we're looking for the 2 golden rules, buying at a discount, which obviously you're seeing here. We can be all in for under 500,000. That's purchase and renovation, and then it's worth 550, 575, 625. We're somewhere in that range. So clearly we're buying at a discount, which is the first golden rule. The second golden rule is, are we buying cash flow? Well, no. If you were to buy this and rent it out, I doubt you're going to get $7,000 a month rent to make this thing cash flow, but that's not the goal here. The goal is not to make this a rental. The goal here is to make it a flip. So the second golden rule of real estate is much less important when you do flips because you're not, you're not in it for the cash flow. You're in it for the cash. You're going to buy it, you're going to fix it up, and you're going to sell it. You're going to flip it right away. And if you get that margin, that's your profit. And
Right.
so are we satisfying the golden rule? Yes, we are here. And McKinley, do we have to buy this cash?
Um, Preferably cash, but it needs to be a quick closing because it's really right now we're getting quite a few hits on it, and the seller is motivated, so it has to be something quick. If it's financing, I would say no more than 2 weeks. This is for somebody who gets it, because you can honestly you can make minimum $75,000 on this flip. I really want to say about 100 to 125, but conservatively 75,000 on this flip. Um,
Yeah. And I'll
you
add
got
to the I led you into the question. You didn't really have the it's okay. I had the answer regardless of what you said. But we do have a lender that can perform in 10 to 14 days on this property because this is not in the hood. This is a really nice property. The comps are there. So if someone is a part of the community and kind of already has their entity set up and is ready to go, is ready to purchase, or if you're comfortable flipping in your personal name, which I wouldn't do, but regardless, if you can get an entity up real quick in 2 days and get some financing, if you are excited by this deal, we can set you up with getting your entity set up ASAP and then getting you some financing 10 to 14 days. Is it going to be at 8%? No, it's going to be your short-term fix and flip loan somewhere to the tune of 12%, which is standard whether you do that in Canada or in the US. This is very typical rates, and you're not even going to hold it for 12 months. So who cares if you're paying 1% per month if you're in and out of it in 4 to 6 months, right? It's cheap, 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 cheap money. And so if anybody is interested, you know the rules. You let us know that you are interested, and we go. We go by first come, first serve. So send us an email, info@jkrealestatepartners.com, or right here in the chat, you can just say interested, but the email is the best one because that's kind of the timestamp that we use. And if we, depending on how it goes in the email, then we'll circle back with the people in the chat. So with that being said, do we have any questions regarding this deal? While we have McKinley here, who's seen it, who, as you saw, we have pictures, we have videos, we can send that to you. But do you have any questions for us right now before we log off for the evening? 3, 2, 1. Sold. Beautiful. We have basically 50 people live on this call. I'm sure one of you is going to be the lucky one to pick this one up. If not, I'm jumping in. So first come, first serve. Let us know. Go at jkrealestatepartners.com. Any final words, Tate, while you're here?
I just want to say this right here. This is for those type of investors here that are on this Zoom that are looking for opportunity, where opportunity meets preparation. This is right here something that you can move on, and as an investor, it's a huge opportunity to get in and get some cash through a really decent flip in an excellent area.
Agreed. All right, Praveen's asking for details. So just send us an email. We'll shoot you the details, and I'll even put you in contact with Tate so that there's no middlemen involved. Yeah, you joined late. No problem. You might be the first. Who knows? Send us an email.
We will need to get a walkthrough probably within the next couple of days if you're interested. Like I said, this is really highly sought after. I'm actually not the actual contract holder on this one. I'm JVing with another wholesaler who has the contract. So they're shopping it too. So they gave me permission to. I told them I have a nice group of Canadian investors that are serious that I wanted to pitch this to tonight. So they gave me permission, but they said we really don't have a lot of time on this one. And, we're not just trying to rush you because there'll be more deals. We always get deals all the time. But on this particular one, you got to move while the opportunity is there. And if you can, I think you'll be in for a great reward on investing in this particular property.
I love it. I love it. And one little piece of tidbit of knowledge here. We started doing some flips pretty seriously in the last 9 months. We have actually 6 flips on the go right now. Our minimum margins are 50,000. So this deal satisfies the minimum that we ourselves choose, and the modus operandum that we use in our flips. This one is satisfying. So if that's any reassurance to you, all the better. Fantastic. Excellent. And so with that, oh, yes, you got your finger up. What's happening?
I did want to say one last thing. I don't know, Kyle hates when I do this or not, but because it is a quick situation, we are willing to give a little slightly better deal if you can move fast on this.
Every time you cut me out of the deal.
Not every time.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Sometimes. But yeah. But if you can move quick, we can do a slightly little better deal on this one. Only because we really have a short amount of window. And I don't want to lose out because, like I said, I'm JV in this. It's not actually my deal on this one, per se. So
absolutely.
I'm bringing the heat.
Sorry, I cut you off.
I'm bringing my top. I told my partner I'm bringing my top guns on this one to see if we can do something pretty quick.
I love it. I did see one last little question squeak in here from Barbara. Yeah, she says, Kyle, would we be able to use your rental company, We Mind Renovations? So if you are part of the community, if you are a FastPass member or a Protege member, yes, you do have first access to We Mind Renovations, which is our contracting company in Cleveland. So that is another option for those of you who are already part of the community in that program. So with that being said, thank you so much, Tate, for another amazing deal every week. We love it. Have yourself a great evening. And I'm just going to guide these wonderful Canadians across the finish line with a few remaining slides.
Thank you. We have a lot more coming. So yes, it's going to be a great year. It already is.
Absolutely. Long live the deal zone.
Peace.
Right on, right on. Peace out. And so, for those of you who in theory say this is an amazing deal, I would if I was set up, if I knew how, if I had the right people, if, well, maybe it's just because you're missing some of the pieces of the puzzle to feel in full confidence to tackle a project like this one, or even a smaller rehab. So would it be okay if I showed you the steps required for you to get full confidence in US real estate investing? Is that something that you're okay with me doing? Let me see if I get a thumbs up or I get a yes, sir. Or would you be okay if I showed you? All right, I got my yes. Here we go. Look at those thumbs up. Appreciate you all. And so we have put together and actually we've revamped and the previous blueprint, and we've relabeled it the Epic Blueprint. The Epic Blueprint is a 3-day virtual live training where we teach you from A to Z how to do this thing called US real estate investing. And whether that be flips, whether that be buy and holds, turnkey, buy and hold properties that need renovations, multifamily, whatever you want, the Epic Blueprint is what you need to make it happen. And so here's a quick video to show you just how epic it is. I love that music. All right, so the Epic Blueprint, as I mentioned, is a 3-day live virtual training. And what will you learn in the blueprint? Well, first of all, we're going to learn how to set yourself up with the right legal entities so you're protected from lawsuits and you're protected from double taxation. You can get sued and you can get double taxed if you don't do this the right way as a Canadian investing in the US. So we're going to set you up correctly. Then we're going to show you where and how to find deals. How is it that we have this conveyor belt of deals every single week and we cherry pick them for you before coming here? But I mean, I've got probably 25 off-market deals a day that hit my inbox. I don't even put an offer on all the deals that hit my inbox. I try to, but I don't. We're going to show you how to analyze those deals, how to evaluate them very, very quickly and very, very thoroughly when the time is right. We're going to show you how to finance those deals, even though you don't have any US income, any US credit. Heck, you don't even need Canadian income or credit to do this. We're going to show you everything about contracts. How do you draft solid contracts to protect your assets? How do you buy with low or no money down? We're going to show you 19 different strategies for you to buy with little and often no money out of pocket. Now, are we promising that it's going to happen every single time? No, I buy great deals where we put money in as well, but every single time I'm planting the seed to be in with no money down. We're going to show you how to, after you buy them, how do you manage them remotely? Who do you partner with? Who do you hire? Who do you deal with so that your properties are managed and thriving from afar? We're going to show you how to recycle your capital. So you might only have enough money to do one deal. And I'm going to show you that that is enough to keep the ball rolling. We're going to put the money in. We're going to increase the value of the properties and the investments that you buy. And then we're going to recycle it. We're going to cash them out without selling them to buy the next one and repeat the process as often as you want. We're going to set you up to win the real estate game. We're going to analyze deals live. We're going to give you homework. You're going to give them to me, and I'm going to analyze them live, kind of like what we do on the deal reveal, but it'll be your property that I'm analyzing, and I'm ultimately, heck, I might even pick up the phone and negotiate your deal. We'll see how much time we have, but that's something we've done in the past. We're going to show you how to profit right now in today's real estate market. So if you sign up today, you're going to get that 3-day live training, and we're going to show you the 5 steps to your first US property. What are those 5 steps? The setup, finding the deals, finding the money, putting in the management, and then scaling the whole system. This live 3-day training is early April, so it's coming up fast. We're about 2.5 weeks away. April 4th, 5th, and 6th. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There is an option if you upgrade to VIP, and there's not much of a price difference to upgrade to get the recording. There's also a workbook and a bunch of bonuses, so let's get into that. The 3-day training by itself is valued at $3,333. That's not what you're going to pay. Wait just a few minutes more, and you're going to see that you're not going to even pay a fraction of this amount. But we always like to underpromise and overdeliver. So we're going to give a bonus for you. In addition to the 3-day training, we are throwing in as a bonus the Ultimate Real Estate Calculator. That's the same calculator I use to analyze our deals before we buy them. Not only the calculator, which is amazing, it's the most comprehensive calculator that we have found and developed over the last decade of doing this in the US. I have recorded some training tutorial videos on how to use this calculator in different scenarios. So you have one calculator to run all your calculations, regardless of what type of deal you're running. So you got the 3-day training, you got the ultimate calculator, but we're also going to throw in, after the blueprint, the Quick Start Boot Camp. So that after you've got all of your theory, we're going to give you the action steps you need to do 1 week after the training. 2 weeks after the 3 weeks after, 4 weeks after, we're going to tell you this is what you do to maximize your results and all the knowledge that you just gained over that weekend. The Quick Start Bootcamp is going to turn on the 2 most important valves of a real estate business, and those are the deal valve and the money valve. If those 2 valves are open, there is very little to stop you from continuously buying and buying and buying. And we're teaching you how to buy them right, so you're always adding wonderful assets to your portfolio. So that Quick Start Bootcamp is valued at $111. We just threw that in for funsies. So you're going to get that 3-day, you're going to get the calculator, you're going to get the Quick Start Bootcamp, and you're going to get our roadmap to your first property. It's an ebook narrated by myself, or you can just read it by yourself. It's an interactive ebook. It's really cute with lots of fun designs and everything. But what that does is it shows you what we did in our first year, from a mindset, from a calculations, from a don't do this in your first year because we did. So it's going to tell you what that first year was for us, the good, the bad, and the ugly, so that you can just go quickly through that and not do the mistakes we did in our first year. So that's another $57 of value that we're throwing in. And as a last, we're going to throw in for you, in addition to the 3-day, the calculator, the boot camp, the ebook, we're going to throw in the 9 Powers of Real Estate Training, which has a value of $111. And this training, what it does, it compares real estate to other investment vehicles, stocks and bonds, gold and commodities, crypto, whatever other investments you might have or think about having. It's going to pit real estate against those. And I'm going to show you why real estate, in many, many instances, has a lot more powers than other investment vehicles, and why we love real estate. We have other investments as well, but real estate is our main one, and there's a reason for that. So we're going to show you the 9 powers and how these 9 powers, these are the powers that make it that your retirement gets closer and closer today thanks to real estate, right? It took us 3 years to retire thanks to US real estate. That was 7 years ago, all right? Now we're just doing it for fun. All right, we have to keep busy, right? We wouldn't want to stay at home or on the beach for the next 80 years now, would we? No. 9 powers of real estate to give you the financial freedom and the choices for the rest of your life. So we have a total value here of $3,669. But if you sign up today, you are going to pay $100. If you scan this QR code right now, you will see the full details, everything I just mentioned and more. And for $100, you can join this 3-day training and all the bonuses that come with it. Just $100. If you're not ready to put in $100, you can just close it right now, because we ourselves, in our first 3-day training 10 years ago, paid $3,500. It had none of the bonuses. I guarantee it was not this in-depth and comprehensive, and you get it today for $100. All right. We have Well, first of all, a lot of pride, but we have a lot of expectations for you. We know you can do it with this blueprint, and we're excited to help you along the way. Just like we helped Matisse, all right? We're going to hear a few words from one of our community members, how in a very short amount of time was able to unlock a handful of units.
Hi, my name is Mathis and I live in Toronto. I'm French and I've been in Canada since August 2019. I signed up last year in February or March 2023 with JK because I knew nothing about real estate, and I did a bit of investments in France but nothing in Canada, nothing in US, and I had to learn a lot, and I was looking for something that would teach me everything I needed to know, but I wanted to learn from people that were actually doing it. I didn't want to learn from people that had ideas or opinions. I wanted to learn from people with great successes and serious experience. So I did several fantastic trainings, but there are three that I really want to recommend. First, I did the Blueprint program, the live training in Florida in April of last year. And I took the VIP package, which was fantastic because I got to spend the time with the team for the entire time of the training, and I had unlimited access to Janie and Kyle and could ask all the questions I wanted. I also watched two other trainings, the Blueprint Expanding Program and What the Gurus Don't Tell You, two other phenomenal trainings that made me learn so much. Since then, since that first training in April 2023, I've been able to open my legal entities, keep on training, keep on learning. I acquired a first duplex end of October, a second one end of January. Both are cash flow positive, and yes, it's been an amazing journey. And well, I know I would have never been able to do that much within less than a year without working with them. And what made me two things made me want to sign up with them. A, they're phenomenal people. Two, they actually walk the talk and they know what they're talking about, and what they teach is what has helped them become successful. They might not be for everyone, but the only way to find out is just to talk to them, and it's been one of my best business decisions ever.
Metsis is amazing. He was the student who had the most questions to date. So if you're the type of person who really wants to get every little inch of juice out of that, that whatever juice fruit you're squeezing, well, he's the one to beat. At this point, you have a choice. Feel free to join us. Feel free to not join us. There is no question that we are bringing multiple thousands of dollars of value here, and you're getting it for 100. So, I mean, there's nothing to be said here other than either hell yes or no thank you, and move on to something else. But we would love to give you this blank check, because this is what this training is. It's a blank check. You get to decide what you write on that check. You write for the rest of your life. Because in the next 60 days, you're going to get that first check regardless. It's either going to be that first cash flow check for your first investment property, so $100 or $5,000 a month on that first deal and be on your way to financial freedom, or it's going to be a completely different type of check. It's going to be a reality check that, well, you didn't do this, and therefore there have been no results in US real estate. Simple as that. But the beauty is you can decide now what you write on that blank check. And we are so excited to see what you decide to write for yourself. So that's just a little bit. Thank you so much for taking the time this evening. I think I have one last, I have a few little things here. For those of you who are new to the community, know that this is a members only community. We have thousands of members, thousands of Canadians who have followed the training, who are buying US real estate. And to date, we are over $100 million in US real estate acquired within the community. So congratulations. Let's make it $1 billion thanks to your effort. And it's not just us, it's not just Janie and myself, although we did start this baby. We have now JK coaches, we have different support systems, different ways to get support within the community. So let's hear a few words from one of our graduated JK proteges. This is a one-on-one client that worked with me for a full year and is now one of our JK coaches. Pleasure to introduce you to Amanda.
I would not have been able to do any of this without, Janie and Kyle and JK Real Estate Partners and the community and the support. Honestly, like the education is top notch, so detailed and helpful, like step by step. Honestly, I'm very grateful to have found you guys last year and to be part of the community. It's been life-changing for sure.
What would you say is the one big takeaway? You're 1 year into this, well, 6 months of acquisitions, 1 year into the learning process. You're just, I hope, seeing this as the beginning of your journey with so much more opportunity ahead, but you're 1 year in. Well, some people are just thinking about starting their first week, their first month, but you're 1 year in with this. What is your advice for the people listening in?
Like education for sure is important. Making sure you're setting yourself up for success to know how to do this properly, safely, correctly, but take action. Like just do it. Just make a move. Yes, it's a bit scary and you're worried about making a mistake and all these things, but just do it. Take action. Don't sit back. Just do it. At least one. Just try it. Kind of thing.
I love it. Like Lay's, right? Bet you can't just have one. So this is it. This is your last chance to join the blueprint. Take a picture, scan this QR code, or in the chat, the JKD dropped the link. You can just click on that for $100. You can get access to your blueprint and do now for tomorrow. That was our deal reveal, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week. Have yourself a great evening and go get your miracle.